I was wrong in doing what I did.
No, no! No! Are you listening?
Sean here. We're going to have an interesting discussion today. I wish I could remember the call. I don't know if it's mutual or let's be Grand Slam friends, but this fat, hairy, melted ice cream cone, disgusting Yeti egg-shaped body, laid down on a dog hair covered bed, naked, eating what I can only assume was a quart of ice cream. During this call, when he's talking to Jamie, I thought, maybe it's the ice cream. Maybe he's tired. But his words, yo, like when he was talking to frickin' Ramona in the phone calls, and Debbie, and he was slurring his words and talking in a manner in the when he used his P's. I wouldn't be surprised if my dude had been drinking, not beer, hard liquor. It would take too long to get drunk with beer, and you can hide one bottle easier. I don't know for sure, but it sure as shit sounded like it. Lorne has that voice like Vermont throat-fucked Arkansas and shout-out Tennessee. I'm not 100% sure whether this man is real. He lives like a redneck. Sometimes he talks like he's country or claims he's country, but he does none of the things which would make you that. Now, I live in Kentucky, and here in Kentucky, rednecks fish, drink a lot of beer, go out to four-wheeling, always something crazy, swinging on a rope. At least I can tell you from my past experience. I have lots of friends who own farm, lots of them. I say own farm like drive chalk, who own farms, usually passed down generations. They have wild, livestock, wildlife that roams the area. They have all sorts of crops they bring in. Lorne never talks about any of that. This guy who lives like a redneck does no fishing, no hunting, nothing. He sits in his trailer. I'm sure if he had his way, he'd have that stupid fucking Bluetooth on, sitting on the front porch, drinking Bud Light, talking to some catfish, abusing her. Winnie, you need to stop your boat shit. Stop your horse shit, Jamie. And just do that. There's nothing. He has no life. He has no drive. He doesn't want to experience anything outside of his trailer. He is solely focused on finally having sex. That everything else has been cut off. His brain won't even branch out. It's kind of sad, actually. I've got the little picture there of a naked, shriveled Lorne Armstrong reaching for a last bottle of some kind of cheap whiskey. And that's radiation falling with Roy, who's already a corpse, still left. During some kind of apocalypse, see, I don't even know if Lorne understood what was happening during COVID, with the stores being looted and completely empty. This is an outbreak where we were supposed to isolate, and it was happening. He would watch the news. They would probably cover a little bit of it, but in today's society, they're not covering anything. If you go to San Francisco, I've got a video from a friend of mine, pretty much my best friend, went home to visit San Francisco, took some video downtown, and it looks like an apocalypse hit. It's really scary. Moving on, Lorne would head straight to his mom's. Now, he might at first, Mom, you need to come out to my trailer. Lorne, you have no food, you have no nothing. He'd go to his mom's under the pretense that he was going to take care of her. But we know why. He would want to live off his mom. I don't know how his mom lives, but it's got to be better than him, right? There's got to be food, because she would rather eat than die. Lorne would rather smoke than eat. Roy might come over, and he'd chastise Roy for doing the exact same thing he's doing. Lorne would probably be doing it worse. I don't think he would understand that the stores would not be stocked. Trucks would no longer be drive truck. The radio may go out. Most likely would if there was a blast. TV gone. Everything gone. Cut off from the outside world. Maybe Lorne would excel because he is cut off from the outside world. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure anybody would even bother to raid his trailer. They might look at it from the outside and say, skip it, let's go on. But during this time, humans will be the biggest threat. I mean, they're doing it now. Sexual assaults, murder, beatings, all happening in Chicago, not being covered by the media, but you can find those videos out there. It's really scary. And we're not even in the middle of an apocalypse. Lorne might roll into town, even little bitty Cornville, and be shocked by the bedlam and the chaos. So I think he would run to his mama's. He'd stay with his mom. I'm gonna protect your mom. Why don't you go to the store? Roy, go to the store. You know, Roy, he can't even speak. The time when Lorne had that crown on, and Roy, for some reason, was going, I have no idea what that was about. He would want to send Roy or his Aunt Sharon or somebody. Me, I'd volunteer to go. Weapons, pistols, everything on my side. I would do anything to make sure my kids are fed. Even my friends. Lorne wouldn't do that. I would die for you. So Casey, talking about Alex Jones, I would die for a baby. And then Casey with the most epic line ever. What if it was a boy? Bam! But during an apocalypse, Lorne would somehow survive. He's a cockroach. He might annoy people to the point where they just let him into their community. Just let this guy in. Just shut up. He would be off probation and parole. It would be a dream. He wouldn't have to tell anybody about what he did. Now, eventually, someone might recognize him, or he might talk about it, thinking it was going to help him finally get some vagina. But he would go straight to his mom's. He needs to be locked up. Every report about him is that he is making minimal progress in a class he's been in for almost a decade, most likely, at least if you count the in and out, or different versions of the class. A guy who cannot pass rape class does not belong in society. He belongs locked up. He belongs in prison, where every day they go to a class, except for maybe Sunday, they go to a class, and they must repeat these, I wouldn't call them affirmations, even like brainwashing. I meant to do what I did. I shouldn't have done it. I know what I did was wrong. And then they would state what they did. I tried to diddle a 13-year-old girl. I know it was wrong. I had real victims in the past. I did just every single day. He'd probably be just day he got out of prison, flushed, picking up his phone. Emma, can I talk to Winnie again? It's me, Winnie. Hey, baby. The dude should not be roaming free. He's made no progress whatsoever. He is a danger. He's a danger. The judge, when he went, I think the last time, and he'll be in front of a judge soon, very soon. The further Lorne gets away from punishment, the more he's going to do, the more he's going to feel freedom. But the judge told him, stay off the internet. Whatever you do, do not go on there. Don't touch it. Don't go on there. All your problems will go away. Don't worry about this. Get off of it. What did Lorne do? But how am I supposed to? Mr. Armstrong? Stay off the internet. I'm telling you, stay off the internet. He gets out of that, starts talking to other women. First thing he's going to do is talk about, well, I need to get on the internet. I want to get back on YouTube and do this and do that. I want to sell my book and Wounded Warrior and all this other crap. The judge proved he's a danger. The judge basically told him, stay off the internet, or I'm going to end up seeing you again. Lorne didn't listen. He waited for him to finish, and he just started arguing. And I guarantee you, he started arguing with this lawyer who was telling him, Lorne, please don't come back. Stay off the internet. Live your life. Go do something with your life. Jamie asked him, would you rather be with me and be in the class, or finally graduate the class and be without me? what did this simp say? Well, of course I'm going to choose you, like it's noble. This woman is asking him, would you rather stay in rape class and be with me, or would you rather learn something and pass it and go live your life? And he would choose a catfish, a computer voice. He has no proof. Who's behind the computer voice? Who they really are, what their purpose is. Are they putting him on the internet? It's maddening. And that right there should have caused his probation and parole to say, this guy, it's not working. We're going to have to punish him again. He's definitely broken something. We'll find it. Put him in prison again. Lorne, if you get out and you speak to people, you can't verify their age, you can't graduate rape class, and you keep talking to people, you can't verify who they are and their age, we got a problem, Lorne. That means you're still a predator. It means you're still doing the same behaviors that you did before. And only this time, you're not targeting a 13-year-old. You could possibly be talking to a 13-year-old. He's so dangerous. His screaming, his abuse, everything about the way he treated Jamie. Now, Jamie had no emotion. The robot had no emotion in her voice. It is proof he's an abuser. How do we know this? Because the words she said and what she said she did were talked like this. Lorne, I was there last night. God dang it, Jamie! Jamie! It is proof that he would rage. Don't do it, Jamie. It'd be a bad thing for you to do. If you do that, it's not going to end up well. That's what abusers say. They threaten. And if a woman was small enough, Lorne would threaten. We talked about his abuse. It bothers me that he still behaves this way, and he's 51 and he's untreated, and the older he gets, his mind is already decaying. It's crumbling. If he gets to the point where he's got some kind of early onset dementia, or he just becomes senile and he doesn't care anymore what right and wrong is. He doesn't now. He's only caring because he doesn't want to go back to prison and be inconvenienced. Who knows, maybe the next time he goes to prison, they take his land and his trailer and whatever else he has. Maybe they do. Maybe his mom would sell it. I don't know if she's still alive, or she probably wouldn't be, but maybe Roy would sell it if he's still alive and get some money and do something. Come on, man, he's not going to do something with his life. But I think Lorne's going to end up back in prison. I think his abuse, his refusal to pass rape classes, he's argumentative with his probation and parole officers. They're experiencing the fact that he's asking questions that show he hasn't learned anything. He's definitely, I think, been drinking again, but on the sly and not as often. But we know Lorne. Do it once, he's going to do it for a third time. Do it 3 times, he's going to do it 6, and so on and so forth, until it's a regular occurrence. When you have nothing else to do to occupy your time, and your life sucks, you're going to look for something to numb the pain, and he will definitely do that. That's part 1. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, this